What's up, you guys? Welcome to the channel. Today, this is video 5 of 5 where I explore Kona, and this is the travel video. So if you're watching this video, you're probably someone who is about to travel to Kona. Maybe it's your first time, and maybe you just want to know what to do while you're there. We're going to talk about what it's like, maybe a couple interesting facts. We're going to talk about what you should bring that you might not have thought you need to bring. I'm going to give you a list of things to do, fun things to do while you're there. I'm going to tell you some things not to do while you're there. I'll even give you pointers on where you can stay for less than $200 a night. So everybody buckle up for the ride, because I'm about to give you what you want to know about Kona. Alright, let's get this going. Just gonna sit down here in this little box while you look at some of the footage that we got from Kona. So what is Kona like? Kona is the largest island of all the Hawaiian islands. It's also the only one that still has active volcanoes on it. So it was very rocky, really harsh lands, and the beaches were kind of spread out, which was a good thing and a bad thing, because it kind of separated them, so it made them less crowded. Just an interesting fact is that you can buy property, you can buy an acre of land in Hawaii for $35,000, which relatively is pretty cheap. The only downside is that no one's going to insure you because you live in a volcano. So we're just flying over the beach here. This is kind of what it looks like on most of it. There's parts that are way greener that you'll see coming up, but on the beaches, a lot of it looks like this. So that brings me to my first point on what to bring is water shoes. So a lot of the beaches we went to were very rocky. Some of the beaches were really nice, had white sand, but most of the beaches were very rocky. So I highly, highly, highly recommend bringing your water shoes. Okay, so you might be wondering, what am I gonna do in Kona? There's plenty of fun things to do here. If you're just looking for a vacation to relax and obviously go to the beach, that's what you're there for, you can do that every day. The one plus side to it is that even though the beaches were relatively small compared to probably a lot of other beaches, they were spread out, and I think there was only one day where we went to the beach and it was somewhat crowded. I wouldn't say crowded by any means, but there was people there, because a lot of times we went to the beach and there was maybe like 10 other people there. So I mean, going to the beach, if that's what you're there to do, plenty of doing that. If you want to surf or wakeboard, there's obviously plenty of that, but I just, like I say, be very careful. Watch out for rocks, because yeah, they're very dangerous. You can do what we did here, and we went to the Volcano National Park, saw where the craters had erupted that created the island. You can also take a helicopter ride over the volcano. There are plenty of helicopter rides on both the Hilo and the Kona side of the island. I highly recommend doing that if you haven't done it. Maybe that's not your thing, but it's definitely a once in a lifetime adventure that you won't want to miss. So there are tons of good restaurants. I'm not going to name any here. There wasn't a lot of good street food, I would say. Maybe a few shaved ice places. But there was, every restaurant we went to had great food. I wasn't unimpressed the entire time. Obviously a little pricey than what we're used to in the States, but you're on vacation, so you know, gotta splurge a little to eat well. So another thing that I would recommend is when you rent a car, rent a Jeep or something with four-wheel drive. I thought that there would be more hiking locations here, and there were lots of hiking locations, but they were also doubled as 4x4 roads and said to, you know, be careful of the conditions, because the mud sometimes could be like very bad, like your entire foot sinking in and getting stuck out there. Okay, now the what not to do. Don't kill chickens there. The chickens are a protected animal, and they don't want you to kill them. They also don't want you to terrorize them or chase them off or do anything like that. It's frowned upon, and they don't like it. I don't have any personal experiences, but that's what I was told. So don't kill the chickens. There are a lot of boars there that you can hunt for, and the farmers, they're quite a nuisance to the farmers, so they allow boar hunting to go on. So if you're into boar hunting, you go to Hawaii, go to the beach, hunt a boar, go back to the beach. Might be a fun time. The scuba diving is excellent, so I highly recommend going scuba diving. You could go right off the beach in some places, but I highly recommend going to Captain Cook and scuba diving there, because I think it's only a couple $100 and they take you all the way around to the bay and you snorkel right there on the reef, and we saw a sea turtle and a shark's tail and all kinds of stuff. It was really cool. So another thing to do when you're going to the Hilo side of the island, when you go through the Craters National Park, you will get to this area near the beach where there are actually petroglyphs carved into the ground that are said to range back to 6,000 BC. So it's really cool if you're into historical stuff like that. I like to go to those places and just kind of like imagine myself in them and like try to picture how the people lived and like, you know, how their huts stood and all that stuff. So if you're into that kind of thing, that's something worth checking out. Okay, so now to talk about where we stayed. We had an interesting place, and interesting is an understatement. So my dad found this place, and I'm not gonna say the name here. If you want to know where this place is, you can go to my Instagram at BackwoodsBeastIG and just say, hey, what was the name of the place you stayed in Oahu, or I mean in Kona, and I'll give you the name. But so we stayed at this woman's house who owned it with her ex-husband, who said that they were friends now. And it doesn't look like from this video, it was like a 2-story house. The second story was in the lower level, and the upper level she rented out all the rooms. Now we got it for like $100 or $150 a night, but it was interesting, so there was a catch. They owned another condo. So the first 2 nights, because there wasn't a lot of people staying there, we paid only $100 for both me and my dad to sleep in 2 separate bedrooms, like the first 2 nights, 1 or 2 nights. But then she had us move down to the condo for 1 or 2 nights, and then move back up to the house for the remaining 3 nights. And I'll just say this about the woman, she likes to drink a little bit, you know? Yeah, I'm not gonna go into any details, but if you don't like to be around that, I just wanna give a fair warning to those people. But if anything, she's interesting. Her ex-husband is a real straight shooter, and he's a nice guy, so, you know, I don't know what kind of stuff they got going on business-wise there, but this place, it's worth checking out if you're going to Hawaii on a budget. And also, it's got really nice views. Alright guys, so that's it for me. I think I gave you all the information that you could need to have a fun adventure and a relaxing time and eat good food. I gave you things to do, a rental car, places to go. So if you like exploring videos, please hit that subscribe button, because that's what we do here. If you like this video and this video helped you, please hit that thumbs up button, and I will see you guys out there.